And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Cisco's Modded Adventures. So, I do have a lot of stuff to catch you guys up on, but first things first, exams are finally over, so I should be able to put at least 3 to 4 episodes out every week. I'll do my best to keep at that. However, no promises, just because I am getting to a point in my mod where I'm enjoying the process of developing the abilities and whatnot and trying to get that sorted. So I do want to make sure that stuff's running fine, just because it does take a lot of time to make sure the mana system is working properly and isn't glitching out and just crashing the game, which it kind of happens kind of frequently, just because I gotta understand how the packets are sent from client to server and vice versa, and how it interacts and technical stuff. And I need to learn how all that stuff actually works on a larger scale to make sure things run smoother. But besides that, to catch you guys up on all the stuff that has happened from the last episode, is we are now at a very decent level. As you can see from over here, we are now level 47, which if I were to buy some skill points, I would be probably level 50. However, I do want to save up a little bit of XP before I do go all in, just because that is 1, 2, 3. I do want to go up at least 4 levels to be able to get that all done. Yeah, we're currently 120, and I think when I hit 150, I'll start throwing points in and see how much points we do use. Okay, so let me actually clear out my inventory, just because I was working on the farms over here. As you can see, I did decorate a little bit from last episode. Last episode we were working on the spawner. I did fix that up just a little bit. And in between last episode to this one has been a span about like 4 or 5 days, where I've just been playing and messing around, figuring things out. And turns out, there's some pretty cool stuff. When it comes to fishing, I've never really dabbled much in aquaculture. However, because it is part of the quest line over here, and I kind of got bored of setting up stuff for the farms, I went fishing. And as you can see, I caught quite a few fish, and there's plenty more fish to catch. And it is pretty cool. We'll get a little into it later, just because I do think it is nice and deserves a bit of time. Okay, we will try to complete all the fishing lines there. But besides that, let me toss all this in here right quick. Sweet. Animal dictionary, that goes there. I did get into iron spells by myself without you guys, and we will be going to the Catacombs and defeating the Dead King, or attempting to. And that will happen within this episode. I don't know when, just because I do want to catch you guys up. But yeah, when it comes to spells and whatnot, if we take a quick look over here, I did make this spell book, which is, I think, like a tier 3 spell book, and it is not over here. I did not follow the proper line, which I should have, just because it'll give me some free XP all the way through. Yeah. So that's at least 20, 30, 35 levels. And then I do have like all these other ones where I have levels just waiting, but I'm thinking I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer and see how much XP we get from defeating the Wither when we are level 52. Just because right now we are 47. Those 5 points I get should be able to get us all these, which is not bad. Actually, let's do the math. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 plus 10, that's 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, as long as I get this, I think we may be at a point where we could try to fight the Wither, just because his base level is level 50, so whenever we spawn him, it is level 50. If we were to spawn him out here, he would actually be a level 70, if I'm right, if it does stack according to distance from spawn. So we might actually have to head back to our initial little area, throw down the Wither, and fight him over there, just to make sure he is level 50 and is not spawning level 70, because then, yeah, I mean, I have upgraded our armor and some stats, but I don't think I can fight that and survive. But yeah, if we take a quick look, as you can see, I did upgrade my sword and put quite a few enchantments on it. So yeah, this guy does do a lot more damage, especially since we have been going through the skill tree. As you can see, I don't know if I went over this last episode, talked about my pathing, or I'm pretty sure I talked about the pathing at one point. However, what I did do was I did come over here to this dimensional gateway to send me to the site. And since I was over here, I did put some points over here. And so when we look at the damage increase, we do have 20 increased damage just by having an enchanted weapon. So our 20 damage is technically 24, but I'm not going to really dabble in all that. All I'm just going to do is go over the percentages. So here we have 20, and then each one of these adds another 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 40, that's 60 with this. And then if we look at this, it's plus 5 for enchantment level on the weapon, which I'm not too sure what that truly means. Is it actually looking at the weapon enchantment? So like if we have Smite 4, isn't that 4 levels? And then wouldn't that be times 5? So that would be 20 just for having Smite 4 or whatever. If that is the case, then that is a pretty high stacking percentage, because I do have a lot of enchantments, and if it is cumulative on all of them, then we have at least a fat chunk of damage being added because of that. Yeah, if we're not including this and we look at this, this is 60, which is pretty good after us adding quite a bit of damage here and getting attack speed. And then if we come over here, I did put points into these gems inserted into weapons, which increases those gems effects by 10%. And I am pretty sure this that I have here is equal to 100%, which is super cool. However, I'll show you guys in just a moment why there's a little caveat to it. But yeah, I did select this, which adds another 5 or 15%, and then these guys add the 5%. So that's 10, 15, that's 25, plus that's 60. So we're technically at 85% extra damage, not including all the extra damage that we do get from the enchantments over here, which I don't know what that stacks to, but yeah. If you take a quick look at the gems here, it does say 30% XP gained, which comes from a gem of Splendor, which gives you extra XP when you put it on tools and weapons. Where is it? Okay, cool, I do have one. And if you look at it, it says 30%, but if we look at our sword, it never changed. Well, it looks like that is one of the negative features of it being on an older version. So I'm pretty sure when we played Soulrend in 120.1, that whenever you'd put the points over here into the skill tree, it'll automatically change the effect here in your sword. However, that doesn't seem to be the case here. So in Soulrend, you didn't really have to readjust or anything. You just automatically apply and increase the percentages. Here, that's not the case. And sadly, because we are on 119, which sucks for Apotheosis, is the fact that we do not have sigils to remove gems, which kinda sucks, because now that we cannot remove gems, these gems are there forever. Or well, technically there's 2 ways, or 2 things in Apotheosis at this moment, and they're both 2 different vials. One of them is we remove the gems, but we destroy the item. The other one is we keep the item, but we remove all the gems. So it's kind of a win-lose situation, or in my eyes, it's just a losing situation, which kind of sucks. So you do have to be a little careful with the gems you are putting on a weapon. However, if you do have a pretty good XP farm or gem farm, which would be phenomenal if you do have silverfish spawner. I destroyed the only one that I found just because I was not paying attention until afterwards, where I was like, oh, that would have been super useful. Yeah, so if you are playing this mod pack at the same time as me, make sure if you find a silverfish spawner, make sure to mark it and collect it whenever you do have a touch pickaxe and upgrade that thing, because that's probably going to be one of the best ways of getting gems without having to deal with all the unnecessary drops that mobs do drop, aka zombies, the flesh, and random stuff that they can be wearing. Whereas the swordfish will just usually die, drop XP, and then they'll have a higher chance of dropping gems, since that's basically the only thing in their loot table. And then also you do have the loot pinata, that'll also help increase the chances of getting more gems. And then of course if you have looting and scavenger, that the normal enchantment stuff, that'll help boost that as well if you're farming for gems, which seems to look like the case here, just because some of the weapons that I do have, even though they're outdated and slightly old, it is very useful. So it looks like I'll probably just be destroying gems and keeping my item just so I could put on better gems, which is kind of cool because like now when I do slay mobs, I am getting higher tier gems more frequently, which is really nice. But yeah, as you can see, this gem does say 30%. However, with all the bonuses and everything, this should be more. And if we come over here, I could actually show you guys what the true value should be, since this will be a brand new gem being applied. If you look at it, as you can see, now we are getting 60% gained or extra XP gained whenever we slay a mob. So it's the same gems as I put over here, but because of the points that I allocated in my skill tree, it went from, it's basically 100%, so it's just doubling whatever it is. So here, boom, 30%, here, boom, 60%. So if we are going to want to keep gaining a ton of XP to keep being able to buy points and whatever the case may be, I will be making a brand new sword right now with you guys, just to show you guys my little process on going through it. However, I did make a katana, a diamond katana, and then I said, you know what, I do have quite a bit of netherite scrap from killing mobs downstairs, so I made it into a netherite sword. And as you can see, let's see, there, you could kind of see the stats, you just can't see the name just because of how much stuff's been stacked onto this thing. But yeah, those are my current enchantments on it. We do have looting, the only thing we're missing is scavenger, which would be tremendous, but we do have the looting or loot pinata, which I do hope that it helps us get more gems. And as for the stats, as you can see, this guy has 4 range, 3.2 attack speed, completely insane attack speed, honestly. And then yeah, we have a little bit of armor protection appears just from the reforge. So yeah, everything else that we add on top will just be the icing on the cake, which there is a gem that I do want to make, and I did collect a couple of these flawless gems from slaying some mobs earlier, or between these like 4 to 5 day period that I've been gaining levels and working on stuff and doing all this or doing this and that. So yeah, so let's grab these. It is kind of expensive. I did get 2 of these beautiful flawless gems, which we are going to be turning into a perfect, which you could always do here at the gem cutting table. So if you do just have a ton of low tier gems and you don't feel like destroying them into gem dust, you can always upgrade them. This does take time, and sometimes it just isn't worth the effort. Just crush the low ones and then hopefully get some medium tiers and upgrade those to wherever you want it. But yeah, the reason why I do want to upgrade these guys is because each one is 7, which kind of seems like a waste because technically each one is 14 in a sense. However, I am trying to make a new XP sword basically, so I could get more experience, so I could level up more, and then we'll have plenty more time to work on a true sword that we are going to work with, and that's probably going to come in the form of these Castor Paulus, aka anything that comes from Cisco's, because Cisco's seems like that's where we are going to want our gear from, because I mean it is Cisco's mod, or yeah, modded adventures. It's usually based, or it's highly based on his content, as you can see, which it's phenomenal how he stylized it and included a lot of different things into this aspect. Super cool. I'm enjoying it tremendously. I've been putting in a lot of time. So yeah, expect great things from this. So we'll toss in all these stuff. This is the ingredients. As you can see on the little left, it does give you a little tidbit on how you can do it. So you're going to need the gems, you're going to need some dust, and you're going to need some arcane shards, which is what I'm using, or you could use Godful Pearls, or you could use this one that's just crazy, which is supposed to be like ancient tier. However, I don't even know if there's a way to acquire that, because even in the end, you're most likely going to be getting Godforge stuff, so I'm pretty sure that's just like a creative mode uh, extra that will allow you to see what the absolute limit this mod could bring at some point, but not today and not in this version, but in future versions, probably, because Apotheosis did have a pretty good change in 121 when we were playing All the Mods 10, when they introduced the world tier system, which is so good. I love it. I love it so much. I kind of like it way more than what it is here, where we are kind of limited. However, thankfully, due to Infernal Mobs, we do get higher tier access, but yeah. Without further ado, we'll click this and boom, just like that. We have a perfect gem, and then we get a little achievement. I didn't even know we were gonna get that, honestly. But look at that. 10 attack damage. The reason why that is so good is because that'll allow me to have more spots to put these Splendor gems. Which, I mean, I could upgrade these guys to get to 35%, but then it'll be 35, 35, which is 70, 70, that'll be 140. So am I really gonna risk or put 4 gems down just to get 140, or am I just gonna use 3 gems and call it a day at an extra 180? Which, I mean, I could put these two, get 35, and then these two at 60, so that's 70 plus 60 plus 60, 190. That's only 10%. Nah, that's not that worth. But that'll give us a brand new sword to be able to attack with. And as you can see, it's already at 15. But here's the cool thing. It is a Simply Swords item, which means we can actually combine it with the runic tablet over here in the smithing table. Really cool thing about being in 119. I don't know if this is an actual feature or if they remove the tablet, or if it haven't, or the little smithing upgrade, or if it hasn't been added just yet. But here we can just throw in your diamond item, put a netherite, and get boom, netherite gear. I don't know if that's because of the version or if it was removed for this mod pack. But yeah, so we put this guy in here, and then we put a runic tablet, and just like that, we do have one of these guys. And I kind of want to see the full name, so excuse me for one moment. I'm sorry guys, but this is gonna be a little bit harder to see stuff for just a moment. But yeah, now you can see the full effect of everything. Even when I press shift, now you can actually see all the additional stats. But if we throw it in here, look at that, turns from a netherite katana into this runic katana, and we will be able to get a runic power, and it also increases the damage by 1, which is okay. So we'll take it, boom, just like that. We have rune etching, and now we just click to identify. Okay, looks like the runes, oh, there we go. So I just right clicked it, and let's see what it says. Runic powered imbued, chance on hit to deal additional magic damage, scaling with durability. Ooh, so that makes me wonder, if our durability is lower, do we do less damage or do we do higher damage? That would be pretty crazy. But one of our enchantments is heal your weapon upon slaying an enemy, which means if we do more damage when we have higher durability, this is going to be really cool. However, if it does higher damage when it's lower durability, then we're going to be a little bit disappointed. But other than that, look at that. So it looks like it's a greater rune, or yeah, runic power. I don't know if there's tiers to it. I haven't really went over the book too much, but yeah, look at that guy. Pretty cool. Let's swap it back so it's a little easier for you guys to see again. Boom. Kind of cuts out some of the stuff again, but boom, we'll do that. toss in the ballast gem, so we are going from 16 damage to technically 36 damage, which is already pretty crazy. And then now we'll just add the little gems, and just like that, 30%, boom, or 60%. Now 120, and if we toss it one more time, 180% extra XP, which is kind of insane. I kind of want to go test it now since it's nighttime. I can't really show you guys all the stuff that we've done outside, but why did I jump? We'll grab this, and I guess I could show off some spoils real quick. I did go into a dungeon. First, I gotta mention this. I know it's a huge recap. There's just a lot that I've done that I did offline that I'm figuring out, and that I should probably inform you guys, because yeah, I've been playing quite a bit. I did find out that you can also reforge your accessories and add stuff to it, and if you guys did get into iron spells in Cisco's, you're gonna notice that the spells damage and stuff or yeah, basically the spell damage and everything is significantly way less compared to Soul Ren. And I'm not sure if that's because of the version of Iron Spells we were playing, where it was still early enough where they're trying to work on the scaling of it and they cared more about it working properly and whatever, or if this was toned down in the configs for the mod pack itself, which helps provide a slightly balanced gameplay, but kind of reduces iron spells quite a lot. So, like an example is looking at Divine Smite. If we were to look at it, as you can see, it doesn't really do that much damage. Like, if we're being honest, it should be only the 7.7, not the 25. The only reason why it's so high on mine is because I have taken the time to increase my holiness. So if we come over here and hover over this, as you can see, this does give us 15% holy spell power, as well as an additional 5. And then if we come to the rings, which I haven't really reforged everything just yet, but I plan to. But if we look at this ring, our holy spell power goes up 67%, and this one adds another 52%. So that's one of the ways that I just learned that we can increase our spell power, is just hopefully reforging these guys and hope that we can get some more holy spell power. But yeah, here in Cisco's, there is something called Madros's accessories, and if you're able to get this adventure kit, as you can see, it does add a bonus or increases loot in chests. The percentage could go higher as you go further from home. And then there's also the negative version, so the closer you are to home, the higher the increase, or that's how I think that one works. I don't know, I kind of threw away all of them, so I kind of need to find another one to check how that actually works. But yeah, turns out home is now here in the level 20 area, and when I went back to the level 1 area to explore those dungeons, we were adding 20% efficiency, so our stuff, or the chest, had 120% loot in it when we were over there. But yeah, looks like out here the efficiency is higher. How I said, I'm not too sure how this stuff works, but super good when we went raiding a dungeon. As you can see, I did get quite a lot of Cisco stuff. Managed to find a few more Simply Swords luxurious items, I will say. And then a ton of gems over here. Tons of loot. This kind of crazy. Like, this is mainly gems and Cisco stuff that pretty much brought back with occasional enchantments, and of course loot that I do think may be useful. Kind of crazy, but yeah, that's probably one of the something that you gotta look out for. Make sure you use gems, and make sure you reforge everything to get your spell power up or whatever you're trying to use in iron spells, because yeah, that's kind of hard. And then Ars Nouveau, it does have gems, and the gems do give you some very insanely high numbers. However, that's because Ars Nouveau doesn't really scale that well in general, so this stuff helps a ton. However, I do plan on exploring Ars Nouveau in depth as much as possible so I can see what the insane damage output we can reach with it is. Yeah, I just threw down a tree. These guys, I don't know if you guys remember at one point when we were looking inside that house, well, both of them were stuck in there. They are from the Human Companions mod, and I did tame them, and I have been leveling them up. So this guy is actually level 21 and is level 21. They do not coincide. So that level that you see up there from Jade is like his level because that's him spawning in this area. This level 21 is from him hunting mobs. I'm pretty sure it's 3 kills equals 1 level, which will increase his health. I'm not sure if that also increases his damage, but it does help. As you can see, this guy's level 17, even though he is level 21 over here. But yeah, I did equip them with some adventure armor, fully enchanted, same with their bow, or his bow, fully enchanted, gemmed up, and everything. This is a super solid bow. It's just because I plan on using these guys to defend my area, because they could kind of patrol in a 4-block radius, which isn't much, but at least here in the farm, that'll kill off whatever mobs are nearby. And then same with this guy, I plan on leveling him up a little bit more, and then maybe taking him on a couple of adventures. But yeah, also with pretty strong stuff, it's just his isn't reforged, just because he's been leveling up way faster. That dude was stuck at a while, or for a while, so I gave his bow some upgrades. But yeah, I did have this laid out and plotted so I can grow some crops. Here I do plan on putting the carrots and potatoes, the pumpkins and watermelons, and then here the cabbage and tomato. And then over here there's another one. I forgot, it was beetroot and some other seed. I can't remember at this moment. And then yeah, why do we have this? Well, I do need a little patty, or I plan on making a little rice patty because rice does have to be planted underwater and then grows up. So yeah, and then I think on the outside I am just gonna put sugarcane, just make the most out of the space, which kind of affects the aesthetic of the area, but I'll worry about that later on. For now, I just care about getting a ton of food so that we can increase this diversity score so that we can have multiple active benefits at once, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, I did want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about this area over here? Where is my book? Oh no, did I put it? Okay, before I show you guys that area, let me find this book. Just because it is really good, and I hope I did not delete it by accident. Nope, it lied. Spell book, nope. Okay, this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. Where could I have put it? Please tell me I didn't delete it. Please. It was basically a free elytra in the form of an Ars Nouveau book. Dang. Okay, it's not there. It's not in my inventory. It's not here. Oh no, it is here. I'm just redacted. Takeoff. It's called Takeoff. Yeah. Boom. Launches us into the sky. I press spacebar. Boom. Elytra. Pretty cool. I like it. And it does increase speed when you aim down and whatever the sort. Yeah, I did want to show you guys the current state of our house. I put a pretty big farm down, however, I think it might need a bigger farm, but or more wheat around it just to make it look nicer, I guess. So right now, I don't know, because just doing all of this wheat takes a while, and I'm not really used to setting up all the little water things and everything for it. So yeah, so far this is how it looks. I think it would look cool if I keep the wheat expanding this way, kind of covering the entire house, but at the same time, I don't know if that's too much wheat just for decoration to make the house look nice. Just because I could also just destroy the andesite little thing, kind of maybe find a way to blend it in a little bit and keep the farms here and just build some houses along, or how I said, just put the wheat field here and then actually build the farms elsewhere. I don't know. I want your guys' input on that. That would probably help me out a little bit while planning, because yeah, looks like the farm just stops out of nowhere and then boom, we have random stuff. So yeah, I'll run these farms for a while, get as much as I can out of it, destroy it, and then maybe expand the field. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think would help make our base look a little bit nicer than what it is. Okay, cool. So that's the build, that's stuff that's going on, clearing out people I got, gear for the most part. Only thing that I forgot to mention about gear is there's these gems called reinforcement gems or something, jewels of reinforcement or reinforced jewels. They give you armor, insanely high armor when applied to jewelry, and I think anything curios. No, curios gives you toughness, but here, the jewelry, it adds armor. And as you can see, 15 armor is kind of crazy, and I do believe I found a few more. I'm unsure if I have it on me or if it is. Yeah, I do. So look at these gems. These are reinforced gems. As you can see, 2 armor toughness, or if I just put on normal armor, or I mean on jewelry, that's an additional 10 armor. But with our new stats, that will be 20 armor per. So those gems can be pretty crazy, because let me go back to it. It was this one. Yeah, pursue. If we were to farm like madmen and get these perfect reinforced jewels, then we'll be able to get 25 armor. With our stats, it'll be 50 armor per jewel, and I think we could get up to 4 slots, maybe even 5. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it gets up to 4 slots, and then get one more into the ring and another, and then we get another ring slot. Ooh, that's what that does. My brain was not working when I was looking at that. But yeah, looks like if we get another gem slot, and then of course when we upgrade it to like Godforge, like reforging, then we should gain an extra slot. So we'll be at like maybe 5 slots for gems, question mark. So then we could put 5 of the 50s in there. So that'll be like insane armor. Just saying. But yeah, early game. If you do have a couple slots and you do have a couple of those gems and you are struggling with surviving, I guess throwing them on for now is a pretty good idea, but also saving them for later and making a gem farm would be highly recommended. It's just super good for a gem farm in general, super good. And then I guess the only other thing that's pretty cool that I did add was this Emperor's Crown, which we can craft relatively easily. And as you can see, it does add just an extra 6 armor flat, which is pretty good. It's something. Oh, I built it. What did I make that gave me something? Oh, it was this ring. Yes, this ring, I forgot. It grants us 20% increased armor and health when we wear it. As you can see, this was reforged. And to craft this guy, we just need a divine ruby, which at this point we are getting a ton, which is super nice. And let's just test out this sword, and then we'll go to the catacombs, slay that dude, and then call it an episode. And I already know what we're doing for the next episode, which I might actually record today, just a little bit later. Or, you know what, I'll save the recording for tomorrow, just so I can work on other stuff today, and actually start working on my mod again. It's been a while since I last touched it. I was studying like crazy for the exams. But yeah, this is the little spawner that we worked on last episode. I did clean it up just a little bit. I haven't completely cleaned it up. I just did enough so that the screenshot looks good for the thumbnail. So yeah, I might have to redo the interior and whatnot. But yeah, I do need to find blocks that are a little bit more explosive resistant, just because on occasion this does spawn those infernal mobs. Like, I mean, it already spawns the mobs with the little particle effects. I don't know if what those mobs are technically classified as, but the infernal ones are basically the ones with the true boss health bar in my standard, just because they generally tend to have way more health and do way more damage and have some crazy type effect that can pretty much kill you. So yeah, this will occasionally spawn those guys as well as the purple ones, and they do cause a little bit of havoc when it's pulling you in, shooting random gas fireballs, destroying the tinted glass that I have to replace. And then one of the things that I absolutely loathe currently is the fact that when we are over there in the little slain area, they do set the ground on fire, so sometimes it just burns up some of the items that we could be using, which sucks, but sometimes those are just some of the losses that we just have to take or hopefully fix at some point. Maybe putting hoppers there would help prevent that just a little bit, but how I said, I haven't completely fixed it. It's a little bit of trial and error. Oh, so we lose a little bit of damage when we switch to our katana. Ah, I didn't notice it. I guess it's a two-hand sword. Whoops. Let's move and okay, let's see. Yeah, it is a two-hand sword, I guess. But attacks super fast, so it kind of makes up for this just because this does give it 25% extra damage, so it's kind of sad that we lose that, but I am a little curious. Ooh, because if we hold this, hold R and hover over our smite, we do a total of 51.7. If we hover over this one, this does 61, so a little bit more damage. Okay, I think that's plenty of mobs down here, and let's go hit them with the spell. Boom. Oh, yeah. It's always fun using Divine Smite on them. It usually does quite a lot of damage, and then we just slice these guys up a wee bit. Looks like they are done. So let's slice up whatever bugs are down here. Sweet. Damn. Well, works super well. Damn, there's a ton of bugs over here. What the hell? Sounds like there's another one up there, and we're getting quite a few gems. So let's toss all this stuff that we technically don't need at the moment. I do plan on, or I already have a storage door that saves all this, or saves a lot of rotten flesh. However, we don't need all of it technically right now, at least. So like I said, I do plan on switching this to hoppers so that we can actually store stuff more efficiently, which would help us out a ton. As you can see, we do get a ton of different random things whenever we use this, and we got 2 new backpacks. We'll need to get rid of those. And as you can see, having Devour on this thing is tremendously useful, because then effectively it just doesn't die, which is amazing. Love that. And I did add some source stars down here, which I do need to go make more. Bring them down here and fill them up. I am using a Vitalic source link, just like from our All the Mod series. This will take the mob's souls, I like to call it, and then put it in a source jar, to which we can then use whenever we are crafting other things. So that is pretty useful. Okay. And we got a few gems, which is pretty nice. Can never complain about getting free gems. Okay, let's check out what's in these backpacks. Sometimes they do have some decent stuff. Let's see, this stuff. Not really. So we can delete you, open you up, sort it. Fortune, yeah, that'll help. Name tag, and goodbye. Let's see, you guys fit in here? Nope. But I can put it up here. Where did you come from? And then there was this gem. As you can see, it's cracked, so probably gonna turn that into scrap. But yeah, super useful. And just from that one venture, we did get 73 levels of XP, which, if we're to put points over here, that's a whole point. And with 54 points, or 54 levels, and about 79%, not bad, not bad. We'll take that extra damage for now as we head over to the Catacombs, which I already have it on the little structure compass. Is it structure? Explorer's compass. That's what it's called here. Some of them, they might be called structure. So just double check. Just search them up, put compass, maybe you'll find it there, and boom, you'll be able to find your stuff. Yeah, as you can see, I accidentally gave it to myself, and then, because I was trying to test something, because I was working on stuff, and yeah, I mean, recipe is pretty easy. We get quite a few cobwebs, especially down there. All you have to do is mine it with some shears. We don't really need this. And yeah, so if we head in that direction, you should find the catacombs. But yeah, let me know what you guys think I should be adding to our base. And if I should expand the wheat farm to go around the place, and then just move those farms to a different place later on down the line. Because yeah, I don't have a concrete plan as to what I want around here. My main thing was having a base, and now that I have one, now I kind of want to build more houses around it, just so that it looks nice. But at the same time, I kind of like the field aesthetic with it, so I do want to expand it. So let me know what you guys think, how I should do things, add things, whatever the case may be. How I said, I do plan on playing this series, or making this series last quite a while, so your input would help tremendously. I do not have a forever world currently, however, this mod pack is well done and has a lot of things that I do enjoy, so I wouldn't mind coming here and revisiting my builds and expanding upon them. Just because I do plan on putting a lot of time into my mod, just because it feels like it's coming along pretty well. But yeah. And if you guys don't like me advertising it, well, kind of get used to it, just because I'm probably never going to stop advertising it. Just because I do hope you guys enjoy it, just like how I am enjoying it right now. But there's a lot to work on before I am willing to let you guys dabble in. Ooh. Oh no, this is that weird thing. Yes. The crypt or whatever it's called. Oh, are you serious? Water? Well, what I can do is close this back up. And then it looks like we'll just dig a hole. Oh crap, it's all the way through. How far down must I go? Okay, so let's come over here. And over here? Nope, straight into water. Ah, sad, sad, sad. Okay, so this is gonna suck. So I'll actually come back, or I'll come back in when we are actually at the catacombs. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Okay, good news is I technically wasn't even that far away from it, which is super cool. Just so it's not too dark for y'all, let's get these torches in hand. I guess I'll wait here. I'll sacrifice a little bit. Oh, well, I can't even run around with that in hand. But look at that. We are finally in the catacombs. Let's see what this has to offer. And let's actually toss that up there. Driving stone. What is that? To remove stuff to make a runestone blink. Or invisibility potion. True invisibility. 15 seconds? Yeah. I don't know about that one, Chief. Okay. So let's just head on this way. So much damage, it's kind of crazy. What? Oh. Really? Okay, yeah, let me switch pickaxes. I do not want to be collecting these spawners for no reason. So, I just messed up my durability just for doing that. Okay. Spawner will fix it. Oh, perfect. I'll take that. I do need a lot of these runestones. And unfortunately, this is not 120, so I don't think there's actually a lot of ways that I could find them. So all I can do is hope that I get quite a few of them. Okay, let's destroy this. Boom. See, I'll take gem, runes, don't really care about that. Okay, just spawner up here. Oh, there's actually something there. So we'll take you out. Okay, just explode. Do as you wish. Destroy you. Okay, nope. But up here, there's something. Boom. Another one. Take that happily. Damn, that's a lot of flesh. I don't really need all that. Okay. And I'll take that little thing. These guys can be used to make this. I have no clue what this does in Forbidden Arcanus, but I do know you can use it to make these quantum catchers, which I highly recommend. For some reason, when you do craft them, they automatically come with a pig. As long as you don't have them all stacked in your hand and right-click the floor, and you separate them, you could get as many pigs as you need. So when I first did it, I crafted 3 of them, and I got 3 pigs, but that's why I said make sure you don't right-click, because then it'll spawn 1 pig and empty out all the catchers. But then I made some more catchers, and then I made sure to separate them equally like this, and then use one at a time to make sure to get all the pigs possible. Which is pretty cool, because if you're trying to start a farm, that's probably a very solid way of getting some pigs. Okay, where's this guy at? Oh, he's still over there. Let's see. So this already has something viewed in it, and come on, just yep, get it over with, buddy. Regeneration, don't really care about that. Skulls, I guess I'll take it, because why not? Nothing better to do with them. Interesting. I like it. So there's the downstairs. I'll take the ink, take these things. If we press M, was okay. So it does look like if we just come back over here, we could go straight in and defeat the dead king. So I guess I'll explore just a bit, just because I have a feeling we'll be able to take care of them relatively quickly. So we'll take the block of coal. Ah, crap. There we go. I'll take the block of coal and leave all that. And then over here, Jewel, always take those. Okay. Oh, hello there. And goodbye. Then another one. Some of these, Vitalic. Vitalics are pretty cool just because you can use it to increase your health. So if you're trying to find ways besides using the Spice of Life, that is probably your best bet. Okay, and then over here there's downstairs. Ah, I'm curious about this. Downstairs and leads to nothing. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure there shouldn't be a downstairs. Maybe an upstairs. I've never really had a downstairs in a catacomb. So, interesting spawn. Or structure placement, I should say, just because sometimes the Minecraft stuff is kind of goofy. Can't lie about that. Okay, so we'll just go in and beat up the dead king real quick, and then I'll probably head back home, showcase some of the stuff, or we'll see. Let's just slay these guys, so let the zombies come down here. Come on, boys. You guys are about to see something crazy. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how hard he is, because this time we don't have magic to shoot at him. It's just us fighting with our sword. Boom. You're done. Boom. You guys are done. Sweet. Take all that XP. We'll pick up everything just to make sure the area is empty. And let's begin. Let's see how this fight goes. So we'll smack him, and then he'll levitate. Pretty cool spawning animation. And we'll swap to our shield. And okay, hold this guy first, and then we'll swap over in. Bam! Level 61 already. It's kind of crazy how fast we get XP. Then, okay. Ooh, he's fast. Oh, he hurts. He hurts. Okay, so we'll run in, smack him, and dip. Okay, let's get this on. Okay, where is he? Okay. Okay. So we'll smack him and then run. Because I don't know how he did all that damage really quickly, but he did a ton of damage in that one moment. I don't know if you guys saw my hearts. I'm watching that too, and then it went to 1, and then all of a sudden it was like at half health. So poison. Okay, let's boom. We have our little oat skin potion effect basically, so we take less damage. So we'll smack him a bit, and then run and eat. As you can see, took a lot of damage, and we'll use this. That'll heal us. Okay, and let's go back to our little shield, and then we'll probably end up ending it right here. So let's use it one last time, switch to our katana, and just or not.
A setback, but not a defeat.
So I was not wrong. He does do damage. Well, I will have to make something and go get my stuff. Hopefully we do not get one shot. And so I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I am back, and it has been crazy because this dude's already on us, and I'm still trying to make sure I have everything in our inventory set. Okay, so technically he knocked this out and this. So we'll toss that, and looks like everything is a-okay. So good thing is he walks slow. Bad news is he's at full health, and I kind of want to use Ars Nouveau, see how this fares against him. Okay, so damage-wise, he's at 20,000 health. If we right-click again, okay. So he's siphoning our health right now. Kind of sucks, because then that just heals him. So I guess I gotta be a little bit careful. Oh. Okay, so Ars Nouveau magic. Not very effective. And one thing, as I said before, scaling in this mod pack for health on bosses feels kind of absurd. I don't know if you guys saw, 20,000 health on the Dead King is kind of crazy for level 20. And if you think about it, the Ender Dragon is supposed to be a level 100 boss, so I wonder how crazy high that health is supposed to be. Not to mention the Elder Guardian, whose health is also like 15,000, which is also an absurd amount, but let's see. Smack him and run. Make sure we're full on health. Okay. We'll just keep doing these little hit and run tactics. The only saving grace we have is the fact that we do have, what is it, Hephasis Blessing, which, oh, my voice. Hephasis Blessing, which helps us do 2% max health damage per hit. That's the reason why his health goes down kind of quickly. But if it wasn't for that, looks like we'd be getting messed up way more than what we are. So we'll keep smacking. And oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know how.
In the dusk. There can be no glory in this accomplishment.
What has me curious is when he just all of a sudden does that high damage. That makes no sense. Well, I'll be back again. Okay, let's see. Do we have everything? Okay, let's run past him again. Did we grab everything? Yep. Okay. A little bit of time. Okay, everything looks in place except this guy. Cool. Sweet. Run and hit tactics. Wipe a couple times and just walk away. Yeah, I wonder if it's like him swiping at us is when he does that crazy damage. But technically he would have hit us right there, and he didn't do that insane stuff. Okay. Jeez. Okay, let's actually keep our stuff here at the heel, just in case. I hate that we're picking up all this random armor. Ooh. Okay, let's eat. And where is he? So we could smack him right quick. Okay, smack, back off. Okay. Smack and back off. And just looks like he got himself stuck, so... Oh, well, looks like he... Oh! If you're wondering what I did, I just used my heal spell. That was kind of crazy. It did a lot of damage. Thankfully, we do have it. Okay, let's back off just a little bit. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm fully healed, and our spell's back up, and then we'll smack him a bit, and we'll back off. Okay, we're down, we're down. Let's eat again. Jeez. Okay, smack him, come back, smack him while he's doing that, because apparently that doesn't do too much damage. Not too bad. Okay, heal up. Let's see. Spawn those guys again. Did he just go invisible? Or was it just like lag? Okay, so those guys are done. Smack them again. Okay, who's hitting me for withering? Is it you? Okay, so he's doing this again. So, yeah, whenever he's doing that siphoning attack is when we really do want to hit him. Just because that doesn't really do a lot of damage. Let's see. So smack him a couple times. Oh. Oh, he's turning to phase 2. Oh, crap. Ooh. Okay. Jeez, I didn't expect the boss fight of this magnitude. But you know what, I'll take it. So he is invisible. Oh! 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 Stop it! Okay, so he does do insane damage periodically. Has to be that swipe, but I swear I was in range. Okay. Stop levitating. Stop levitating, dude. Well, he's behind. One tap. Bro. I thought I had him. I thought I had him.
You have
really
eternity
did.
to keep trying. Do what it takes.
Okay, so I do have this heal. This heal. Okay, so I already have a max out heal that I got for free. No, I don't think that's maxed out. Can I collect this with my hand? Because I want to check out my spells while I get there. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so we are back, and now we have 2 health bars. I don't know why, but if we put this down, click on... Okay, so the heal here is technically only level 3. I guess it's because of our extra holiness and all that stuff that it's actually a higher value. Where is this guy? So he's up there. Okay, cool. So he is still in his second phase. I thought he reset. So if I launch, so I threw some R spells on him. Kind of haven't seen how much damage it does. So it's doing about 100 damage per tick, which is not bad, but that 2% damage that we get from this is kind of insane. Okay, so let's do this whenever we are gonna attack. Okay, so we used it. Okay, so we smacked him a couple times. Smack and run, smack and run. Okay, he's using that thing again. So smack him as fast as possible. Okay. And then whenever he's trying to attack us, we'll run and only hit him whenever he does magic. So let's heal up again. Okay, I can't really see what he's gonna do. So do this again, and we'll hit him. Okay, so he was trying to smack us. That's dangerous. Okay. Smacking, he's smacking. Okay, we're now magic again. Ooh, okay. Got a little bit of stuff done. Oh, where do you go? Yeah. Because all he has to do is wind up once and smack us, and then boom, we're done. Okay, let's do... Where'd he go? So he's right there, shooting us. Okay. Don't know what that was. Another arrow. Okay, back off. Is his health even going down? Okay, he's doing this thing again. So let's do that. Okay. He's trying to smack us. So as long as we stay away from him trying to smack us, I think we don't have to worry about dying. The spells and everything, yeah, it does damage, but not crazy. Okay. Cool. What is he? Okay, another arrow. So we can smack him a couple times. Back off. Eat some food. And he spawned more Vexes. That's annoying. Oh. Yeah, those swipes are what's dangerous. Okay. So we could get about 2, 3 smacks and then back off without him hitting us. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Arrow. Okay, looks like his health is finally going down, so we've... Okay, it hit us with light. Let's back off. And... Okay, we're healing. Where did he go? He's over here. Oh, that's some... hurts. I hate the fact that he's going invisible, because then I can't really see if he's trying to swipe at us. That's the scary part. Okay. Hit him a few more times. Okay. Let's swap to this sword real quick. Okay. Repeat twice. Okay. 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 Oh no 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 no! This is so much BS.
Violence calls for vengeance.
Okay, that's
Return
BS.
and dispense it.
Okay, so looks like I know what spell we should also get. Get an Ender Pearl. Let's see, do I have any other sort of inks? Yes, perfect. So I don't have to use my last legendary, which I bought from the Wandering Merchant, if you were wondering how I got that. But take this off. Boom, boom. Teleport. 0 block range. 0. Teleport. This has to have a range, right? 0.1. There is no shot. I feel like that's cap. But you know what? Let's just use this. Who knows? Maybe it is capped like that. See ink. Let's just use our legendary. Sadly. And then yeah, since I have that thing over there, I could automatically toss it on. So let's get this. Get teleports. Or evasion. Ooh, evasion could also be something useful, but not yet. Magic arrow. Doesn't do damage. Yeah, it looks like you really gotta work on your reforging if you want to do anything. Just damn. 0.4 blocks. I don't care. I just needed to get me out of that scenario. Because I hate the fact that when you're attacking, it swipes. and then even when you stop and you press it again, there's a chance that it will swipe if it doesn't recognize the web in time. Because that's exactly what happened. I stopped, or I swear I stopped. I don't know, maybe I didn't. So let's head back over there and try this again. Okay, so we are back, but this is pain. Just insane pain. Let's heal. Let's move over here. Okay, guys, can you just not right now? Jeez. Okay, get out of my way. Okay. So this dude is stuck right there. Perfect. Let's throw this on. Magic will have you on standby. This stuff don't really care about. That's a decent level. Toss that. Okay, still not after us. Cool. Put you. Toss this in. Let's get that. Perfect. Okay, let's collect you back again. And let's try this out again. Unfortunately, he's healed. And okay, this is gonna be a longer episode than I expected just because of this damn boss fight. Looks like I came into this super unprepared. Okay, so what level is he? Level 107? You know what? Maybe it wasn't that I wasn't unprepared. Maybe it's that these bosses are just so insanely buff. Like, how do you get this dude to spawn as an infernal mob that puts these damn things down? These damn webs. Because that, to me, seems pretty unfair, if you ask me. Like, yeah, this is insane. That's insane. That's insane. There's no reason why a boss should be able to spawn as a mega buffed up mega freak like that. That's insane. Look at that. Look at that. I can't even do this because these damn vectors fly by and the game automatically starts attacking for you instead of registering that damn web. That's insane. Oh my god. And then I don't have any magic to attack him with besides ours, but then ours magic doesn't really do damage like that. So all I could do is just hit him a couple times and then dip. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know. This might be my last attempt on beating him. If not, we might have to give up. This, oh my goodness. And then I'm gonna need to find a way to switch my scroll bar because I haven't done that. That's some BS. Or I should be able to do quick cast since it's technically my 6th spell. Come over here, category. Iron. Okay, cool. Iron, quick select. Boom, middle button, done. Okay. Oh, that's some BS. That's some BS. He just teleports me up. That's complete trash. That's complete trash. Cisco, you evil dude. You are evil. Completely evil. How are you letting these bosses become infernals or whatever the hell they're called? Talking that and then making teleport you back a block? Nah. Yeah, this is. If we don't kill him here, I'm just gonna come back, grab myself, and call it the end of the episode, because how the hell am I gonna beat this guy if we're literally unable to do anything else? Not to mention level 100, and we're level 40, we're not even level 50. Jeez, I really hope fighting the Wither isn't like this. I don't have to check the configs. You see, you get stuck on the web, and then he just comes, and then he's swiping at you, and then I'm pretty sure that swipe just one-taps you, because there's no other way that I've been dying. All the magic is hit us with. We've taken damage, but not really get one-tap material, and then we can't even teleport out, because thank you, Cisco. Oh my god. Okay, let's switch to heal. I'm kind of curious how much damage this does. Okay, that didn't really do much. In fact, that hurt me more than... Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna grab my stuff. And we're gonna end the episode there. Because, look at that. I've tried teleporting in, grabbing my stuff, being fast. I've ran in, tried collecting it. However, I've been one-tapped. Not by the Dead King, by those damn skeletons that you saw with those double swords and stuff. I'll run in, try getting in through the sides or a little hole that I mined in from. Get absolutely obliterated. Yeah, I am just gonna TP, grab my stuff, and get out, because 107 Dead King. Level 107. Like, what? Really? He has to be that strong, Cisco? That strong? Looks like all the extra accessories that I have, I need to upgrade or reforge with Arcane to hopefully get Ender spell power, because teleporting 5 blocks, aka just teleporting me up from the bottom of the web to the top of the web, is evil. Making those bosses be infernal? Evil. Like, that's straight up evil work. Like, yeah. Imagine having to go up against the Guardian or the Elder Guardians in the water who do the same thing? Oh my god. That's just to collect the eyes to be able to go to the end, to do the damn thing. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's all I have to say. That's crazy. Jeez. Yeah, I might have to go visit. You know what? I'm curious how the other bosses hold up against it. So we can't fight the Dead King because apparently he's level 107, but I can farm XP, and then when I get that XP, I can level up, and then, you know, maybe next episode we will attempt to spawn the Wither in the beginning area where his base level is already 50, I believe. So let's see if we're actually fighting a level 50 boss, or if we're fighting a level 50 boss that's infernal, or if we're fighting a higher level boss that is also infernal. Because what the hell was that, man? What the hell was that? Like, I understand I'm not wearing this stuff, but I don't think this truly helps any more than this. Like, yes, we get a resistance buff. Here, we get resistance buff, and then we get that one-time thing, but so it has a cooldown of 5 minutes. Yeah, because I don't know what would help. I really don't know what would help. Ender Dragon, you see, collect 12 eyes. Jeez. This is not fun. Slay the Elder Guardian. An Elder Guardian that I do know is in like a level 10 area, whose base level's like, what, 70? Level 80 Elder Guardian? Man, well, looks like next episode we will attempt to fight the Walden Tribute, or the Walden Chimera, which I'm pretty sure I already have the recipe over here, which is basically using one of these tablets. Just, you have to use all the different Walden things, so wing, spike, and horn. As long as you put those 3 inside the ritual and then right click on it again, it'll spawn the Chimera. If you don't have all 3 different variants, you could always craft one of these tablets, spawn it, and then it should spawn one of the 3 mobs. So you'll either get the thing to get the horns, the thing to get the spikes, or the thing to get the wings, or sometimes you'll get a mixed match of the mobs so that you can actually get a little bit of everything. But sometimes you just get one mob straight, so you might have to do these a couple times. So I'll make sure I have everything ready so that we can fight the Chimera next episode. as well as fighting the Wither, because technically I should have everything ready for that, and we could always go into the Nether. So, next episode, we're fighting some bosses. We're gonna win against one of these bosses, because I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of upset. I thought I leveled up enough. I thought I had good enough gear to hang and fight a boss, you know? Just because when we fought the Dead King and Soul Ren, we were able to beat him relatively easily very early on. But you know what? Maybe it's because I'm in a level 20 area and he's getting a buff on top of his already insane stat. Maybe he's a level 80. And then all of a sudden, just because of where we're at, he's level 107. You know, maybe I need to find a catacombs if there is one over near spawn. You know, maybe if we're over there and we do it, he'll be level 87. You know, just a little something to help. But yeah, sadly, we didn't win, we didn't do anything, and this was a more of a challenge than I thought. So, offline, I will get some stuff prepared. I will go get my stuff. I'll probably work on the place, put some crops in these fields, get them growing, and I will wait for your guys' comments as to what we should do with the wheat field. Because the field I can expand, bring it around the base, make it just a huge wheat field, just to make it look like a nice old traditional farm place. Or, you know, maybe you reduce the field a little bit, cut it, curve it a little, so it looks like two tiny little straights here. Like, yeah, cut off all this from the top, cut off a chunk from here, and just keep whatever little bit we have. Maybe remove or round this off a little bit, and then just build houses around here, and then make these, or remove the andesite here and make it expand it a little bit just to keep the farm. I don't know. You guys let me know. Also, if you guys want me to get into the mine colonies mod and try building our own kingdom, as you can see from over here in our monarchy, let me know. I've never really fully invested in this mod just because it does take time. However, I might be down to give it a shot, you know? It just it'll prolong the series, which would be pretty good because then that means I'll have way more time to work on my mod. So yeah, let me know what you guys think I should add, what we should do, what to fight, and how to progress. Because yeah, turns out I am not here to fight some of these guys. Cool. It does look like Iron Furnaces is a mod that I did not add, but it looks like Create is the mod that I did add. So before we end the episode, let's check out some things that we can do. Maybe fight a mutant, fight one of the seven deadly sins. Hopefully they don't spawn with insane health. That would be pretty cool. I'll need to go into the configs and actually check that out, because apparently Dead King definitely beat me, and it beat me good. Beat me really good. Like, damn. Did not expect that. And then, as well as this. Maybe start with something smaller. Hopefully this actually goes in order. I'm hoping. Maybe. Hopefully these aren't insane as well. So yeah. Oh, that guys. Sorry about losing about to that damn Dead King. Just didn't expect the level 107 dude that is also infernal to hit us with webs and stuff to absolutely destroy us like that. I thought we were doing okay, especially when we're fighting them in the first phase. It was way easier. Wasn't too worried. Of course, I think he one-tapped us like twice in the first phase, and then second phase, well, as you guys can see, kind of insane. Not even just because of him, but because of the damn infernal stuff and getting those weird attributes. And Cisco, what the heck is with their health scaling, man? Like, I was 107 with 20,000 health. 20,000 health. If you're not playing that Hephaestus dude, like, are you even able to do that crazy amount of damage to those guys earlier in the game, pre-Ender Dragon? That's my question. Do you guys play Cisco's mod pack, and you guys have defeated these guys and have tips and tricks for me? Please let me know down in the comments, because as you can see, we are getting whooped. Even though I thought we were there, it looks like we might have to do some hardcore leveling if we can't even beat the next two bosses in the next episode, which would kind of suck. But, you know, things are the way it is. So, while you guys are down there, leaving me your suggestions, feedback, comments, advice, anything to help me out, make sure to hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the episode and or the videos or the series, whatever the case may be. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, just because it'll notify you guys whenever I do upload a video. Also, make sure you check that notification button if you are really interested in following the series, just because I do think it'll automatically update you guys whenever I do upload a video. However, just in case it might be off, turn it on. Because yeah, maybe you'll see me go absolutely berserk once again, trying to fight the same boss or a different boss, or maybe an enemy, because some of these enemies can get a one-up on you out of nowhere. Like, maybe, for say, a mutant skeleton that's also infernal, you know? It'll launch you into the sky, it'll shoot you in the air, and then when you land, it'll trap you in a bush, and then, or not a bush, a cobweb, and then shoot you, and boom, you're dead 10 times over in the first episode, just trying to move around, you know? It's super fun. I love it. But yeah, with that, guys, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace.